Hello, children. Welcome to Dimple's Joy of Storytelling. Today I'm going to read another book of the Magic Key series named The Broken Roof. It was games time at school. The children played outside on the field. Anina ran up to Mrs. May. "Come and see something, Mrs. May," she said. "Someone has broken the fence down and dumped junk on the field." Wilf was very cross. "We don't want junk on our field," he said. "This field isn't a dump," said Mrs. May angrily. She was furious. Then Mrs. May spotted something in the junk. "Do you see this?" she asked the children. "It's a mangle. It gets the water out of wet clothes." "How does it do that?" asked Anina. Mrs. May took the mangle into the classroom. She demonstrated to the children how it functioned. First, she got a big sheet and drenched it, means made it wet. Then Nadeem turned the handle and Biff helped Mrs. May put the wet sheet through. The water ran out of the sheet and went into the bucket. "We don't use mangles now to get clothes dry," said Mrs. May. "What do we use?" "Washing machine," shouted Wilf. Mrs. May showed the children a picture of someone actually washing clothes a long time ago. Mrs. May asked the children if they had any old things at home. Some of them said they had. When Biff and Chip went home from school, they looked at the little house. "The house looks really old," said Chip, "and so do these little children. Let's take them to school." Kipper didn't want them to take the little house to school. "What about the magic?" he asked Biff. "The magic won't work if we don't take the key," said Biff. "It's simple." Many children had brought old things to school, like a gramophone, an old camera, and a clock, and a jug, and a frame, a lot of things. "What a lot of things," said Mrs. May joyfully. "We must have a display." Have a display means like an exhibition. Put it out so everybody can have a look at it. Everyone adored the little house. Biff and Chip did not disclose that the house was magic because that was the secret. Now Wilf was being silly. He climbed on Mrs. May's table and pushed some books over. The books fell on the little house with a crash and made a hole in the roof. "Oh no, the roof is broken," said Biff sadly. Wilf was very upset when he saw that the roof was broken. "I'm sorry," he said. "Perhaps I can get my dad to mend it." Biff and Chip took the house home. Kipper was really cross when he saw that it was broken. He had the magic key in his hand. "Will the magic still work?" he asked. Just then, what do you think happened? The key began to glow and a new adventure began. The magic took the children back in time, long ago. It took them to their house a long time ago. The house looked new, but guess what? The roof was broken. There were 3 children playing outside and 2 men were mending the roof. "Didn't our house look lovely a long time ago?" said Biff happily. "I wonder how the roof got broken." The children saw Biff, Chip and Kipper and ran up to greet them. They looked just like them. "Hello," they said. "Who are you?" "I'm Biff. This is Chip. And this is our younger brother, Kipper." "What funny names," said the girl. "My name is Victoria. This is Edward. And this is Wilf." They all stared at one another for a while, for a long time. "What funny clothes you have," said Will. "Not as funny as yours," said Kipper. Kipper looked up at the men on the roof. "How did the roof get broken?" he asked. "We don't know," said Edward. "It was broken when we woke up. It was a surprise." "That's funny," said Kipper. A lady came out and called to the children. "Go inside and wash your hands," she said. "It's time for tea." "Is that your mother?" Biff asked. "No," said Edward. "That's our cook." "Doesn't the lady look like Mrs. May? Look at her carefully. Mrs. May, their teacher in school." The children went into the kitchen. The cook looked at Biff, Chip and Kipper. "May they stay to eat?" asked Victoria. "They have funny clothes," said cook. "But yes, they can stay to eat." Biff looked around the kitchen. "This is not like our kitchen," she said. The cook looked at Chip's hands. "Please go and wash your hands," she said. "You can't have tea until you do." After tea, cook made the children wash their hands again. She told Edward to take some tea to the workmen. "Come and see our rooms," said Edward. The broken roof was in Edward's room. "Is it mended yet?" he asked. "It won't be long now," said the man. "And thanks for the tea." The children went into Victoria's room. Victoria had a little room in her bedroom. It was exactly the one like Biff had. "We keep toys in here," said Victoria. "Come and look." Biff, Chip and Kipper looked at the children's toys. I wish we had a horse like this," he said. "So do I," said Biff. Victoria took Biff, Chip and Kipper into the little room. "Come and see this," she said. "What is it?" asked Kipper. Victoria showed them a little house. She told them that her father was making it for them. "It will look like this house," she said. "We know," said the children, and they exchanged looks and smiled. Edward looked at Chip's watch, and Chip looked at Edward's boat. "Do you want to swap?" asked Edward. "Yes, please," said Chip. "Then I can take the boat to school to show Mrs. May." Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. "It's time to go," said Kipper. "But I don't want to go this time." "Will you come back?" asked Edward. "We don't know," said Biff. "Maybe we can." The magic took the children back home. They looked at the little house. "The broken roof has been mended," said Biff gleefully. "How did that happen?" "I don't know," said Chip, amazed. "Maybe Dad mended it." "I think the workmen in the adventure did it," said Kipper. "We saw them, didn't we?" "I think it was simply magic," said Biff. "I liked this adventure best of all," said Biff. "I liked those little children long ago. I'd like to go back and see them again. Me too, said Chip, looking at the boat with a smile. This was a long one, wasn't it? But I hope you enjoyed it, children, because I loved it. It is one of my favorite stories of the Magic Key series. And you'll wait for a new one that I'll bring for you next week. Till then, bye. And as always, please take care of yourself. See you.